Hey guys, welcome back. Miss Brandi here. Now we're going to get ready to do our craft for the book that we just read, I Can Save the Earth. Remember we read about Little Green Monster, how he realized that he needed to help the earth to keep it beautiful. So now we are going to make our tiny greenhouse. So here's a picture. Here's our final project, our tiny greenhouse. Now for this project, our tiny greenhouse, in your activity bags, you are going to get a sheet that has your tiny greenhouse on it. You are going to get a Ziploc bag. You are going to get some beans. And you're going to get some pieces of paper towels. Okay? So what else you're going to need is you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some crayons. And you're going to need some tape. Or you could also use a stapler. And you're going to need a marker to write your name on your greenhouse with. Okay? So let's get started. The first thing that we are going to need to do is take our sheet that has our greenhouse on it, and you can either choose to go ahead and color it now, or you can cut it out and then color it when you have it cut out. So I already have mine cut out. I don't have it colored yet, but I have it cut out. So the parts that you're going to need to cut out is the window part and along the edges of the whole greenhouse. Okay? So here's what it should look like after you've got the window cut out and after you've got the edges of it cut off. Now we can start to color it and write our name on it. So I'm going to write Miss Brandi. All right. So I wrote Miss Brandi, and now it says Miss Brandi's Tiny Greenhouse. Now, greenhouse is a really good and effective way to grow plants. Sometimes you put them in a greenhouse to help them grow during winter months when plants can't grow on their own in the ground. And a greenhouse requires a lot of sun and heat to make your plants grow. And we know that all plants need water, sunlight, and some need dirt to grow. Ours is not going to use dirt to grow. We are just going to use sunlight and water to make ours grow, okay? So after you have it cut out and you have your name on it, now we're going to color it because this is our tiny greenhouse, so we can color and make it any color that we want to. Even though it says greenhouse on it, it doesn't necessarily have to be green. And if you all know me, Miss Brandi's favorite color is pink. So mine is going to be pink. You could do one color, you could do a bunch of colors, you could do rainbow colors. Again, this is your greenhouse, so it can be any color that you want it to be. Okay? So let's just color. Let's just color our greenhouse real quick. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You could just kind of scribble color like I'm doing so we can quickly get this done. Or you can take your time if you have the time. Or if you can't finish it at school, you can always finish this at home. If you want to color it a little bit more, add some different details to it. Maybe add some flowers. draw some different plants on it. Okay. So Miss Brandi is almost done with her greenhouse. Or I should say my pink house, because mine is colored pink. Okay. And then at the bottom of your greenhouse, it has another line that says planted on. So you can just write down the date that you're doing this so that you know when your plant was planted. So see there, I've wrote 4-21-21. Okay, now comes the time to start making our plants and our seeds. So you're going to want to take a piece of your paper towel and you're going to want to get it wet. Because remember we talked about plants and seeds need water to grow. Okay, so get it wet and just wring it out real good because you want it to be damp, not wet with dripping water. Okay, now let's fold it back out and we're just going to fold it into a square there so that it's kind of thick so that our beans have something to sit on and grow from. Okay, so then you're going to take your Ziploc bag and you're just going to place your damp paper towel inside of it. Just like this. Just like that right there. And then you're going to take your beans and you're going to place them inside your Ziploc bag on top of that damp paper towel. And I'm going to do 6. So you can place all of your beans in there. You can place just 1. Okay. Then you're going to seal it up. Okay. So it's going to look just like that right there. Now, when you seal your Ziploc bag up, that is going to retain all that water moisture inside of there. And when the sun starts to beat down on it, that moisture is going to attract that sun and it's going to help your beans to grow. Okay? So then, now that we've got our beans and our paper towel inside of our Ziploc bag, then you just you place it on the back and you just kind of pull it down to where you can see your seeds through that window there. And you just tape it to the back of your piece of paper. Now, this is where you can tape it, or if it's not sticking too good with tape, you can also staple it on there. Okay, so Miss Brandi's just adding the tape to hers. Okay, so there's what we should have. Now, what was another thing that plants and seeds needed to grow? They need sunlight. So now you're going to take this tiny greenhouse and you're going to place it inside of a window. Just tape it to the window where you get direct sunlight so that your little seeds here can get all the sunlight that they need to help them start growing. Okay? So that is how we made our tiny greenhouse and how we are going to get our little bean seeds here to start growing. Now, this process may take a little while, okay? Because we know that plants just don't grow overnight sometimes. They need time to grow and mature. So this process, like I said, may take a little while. So don't get discouraged. Just keep a watch on it. Keep it in direct sunlight. And hopefully it'll start growing before too long. And then you can have a little seed sprout. See that? And then after it starts to sprout, you can take it out of this Ziploc bag and you can actually go and plant it in your yard or in your garden if you have a garden. And you can grow even more beans. How cool would that be? You could grow your own beans and then you could pick them and have them for lunch or supper one night. That would be so neat and so good to eat. So I hope that you guys loved making your tiny greenhouse. And if your all seeds or your beans here start to sprout, we would love to see your little tiny greenhouses and see how they're sprouting and see if you can make more beans out of them. Remember, tomorrow is April the 22nd. It is Earth Day tomorrow. So let's all try to do one thing to help our earth be beautiful tomorrow, whether it be recycle something, pick up some trash that you see laying around, or by reducing the amount of water and electricity that you use tomorrow, either by taking a shorter shower or turning the water off while you're brushing your teeth, or if you leave the room and you're watching TV, you could turn the TV off, you could turn your lights off. So just small things like that to help save the earth will always be good for our earth and keep it beautiful and safe for us to live here. So again, I hope you guys liked making this tiny greenhouse, and happy Earth Day, guys. Bye.